If you're using an Apple laptop, you probably appreciate the great things about it. From macOS and iMessage to the amazing performance and battery life on the M1 MacBook Pro and Air. There's a lot to love from an Apple user perspective. One thing that still bugs a lot of people in the last few years is the sole reliance on the limited number of USB-C or Thunderbolt ports. Sometimes you just need additional ports or types of ports on your computer, and that's where companies like CalDigit come in. CalDigit makes a number of docks, so which one should you get? Hey, I'm Jerry, and I've been using the MacBook Pro M1 as my main device for months now. I use it by itself sometimes, but I also use it in a desk setup where I need to connect things like displays, speakers, card readers, external drives, whatever. Sometimes I need to go to my actual work office and I need to connect a different set of accessories or displays. CalDigit makes different hubs and docks for different needs that can help with a primary desk setup or an in the bag for when you need it setup. I also just want to say that CalDigit did send me these docks to test out, but this video is not sponsored by CalDigit and no one at CalDigit has reviewed this video before I posted it. I made this video today because I actually use and like these products. Okay, with all of that out of the way, let's start with the CalDigit Small Office Home Office Dock, or SOHO. This is a Gen 2 USB-C dock which can handle transfer speeds at up to 10 gigabits per second. This compact little dock does a majority of what normal computer users need with their MacBook. On the front, you get a USB-A port and a USB-C port, both capable of up to 10 gigabits per second. And you get dual UHS 2 SD card readers. You can actually read and write to a full-size and micro SD card at the same time. On the back, you have an HDMI and DisplayPort connection. This tiny little dock can output two 4K displays at the same time at 30 Hz or a single 4K display at 60 Hz. And just let me say here that all of the display specs on the docks we're covering today are dependent on the computer supporting them. For example, the MacBook Pro, Air, and Mac Mini with M1 only support a single display through Thunderbolt or USB-C. So even if a dock can support two displays, the computer must also be compatible, so be sure to check your computer specs and the CalDigit website for more information. The SOHO dock can be used completely bus powered, making this the perfect dock to have in your bag. And it can be used for presentations using the display connections on the back, in a conference room, or quickly transfer files using a USB drive or the SD card readers. This dock is also capable of powering USB-C SSDs like the CalDigit Tough Nano through bus power. Now, if this tiny little SOHO dock provides everything you need and you want to use it at your desk full time, you can actually do that too and fully power your MacBook through pass-through charging in the SOHO dock. You can use your existing MacBook charger to plug into the back of the SOHO, and that will allow full power pass-through to your MacBook. This even works for the 96-watt charger for the 16-inch MacBook Pro. Speaking of the MacBook Pro, if this is your workhorse computer and you have multiple displays and ports, then the USB-C HDMI dock may be perfect for you. First off, this HDMI dock provides 94 watts of power to your MacBook Pro, so you can edit, render, virtualize, or game all you want and your laptop will stay fully charged up. On the back, you have the two HDMI ports that can push dual 4K extended displays at 60 Hz, the Thunderbolt connection for your computer, two USB-A ports, and an Ethernet port. On the front of the USB-C HDMI dock, you get a USB-A port, a 10 gigabit per second USB-C port, a UHS 2 SD card reader, and an audio in-out jack. This dock is built to power your MacBook to its fullest and give you a big jump in screen real estate. And if you like the idea of a USB-C HDMI dock but prefer DisplayPort to HDMI, then CalDigit also has the USB-C Pro dock with all of the same ports except for DisplayPort connections instead of HDMI, and a slightly lower max charge speed of 85 watts. Next up is the very popular CalDigit TS3 Plus dock, and this guy has a lot to offer. This guy is like the Swiss Army knife of Thunderbolt docks with 15 ports. Yeah, you heard that right, 15. On the front, you have a UHS 2 SD card slot, separate audio in and out jacks, 5 gigabit per second USB-C, and a USB-A port. This is really the front port allotment that I would think that 99% of people would actually need. On the back side of the TS3 Plus, you get 4 more USB-A ports, Thunderbolt in and out, 10 gigabit per second USB-C, a DisplayPort connection, 1 gigabit per second Ethernet, and an optical audio out. And this TS3 Plus will also power your MacBook at up to 87 watts. See what I mean about this being kind of like the Swiss Army knife of docks? If you were a computer Boy Scout, this would be like the one tool you would have that could do it all. This dock has the ability to sit vertically, or it can sit horizontally if you prefer, and you can just load it up with USB audio, display, and Thunderbolt connections. So these three docks, the SOHO dock, the USB-C HDMI dock, and the TS3 Plus dock, all have good port options for whatever use case you might have. If you only need a couple of ports or something to toss in your bag for work or travel, the SOHO really does have you covered. If you have a 16-inch MacBook Pro and you push it hard and need multiple displays, then the USB-C HDMI dock can be a really powerful companion. But if you want the Swiss Army knife of docks that has all kinds of ports and options, then the TS3 Plus can do anything that you throw at it. But what if you don't know what ports you might need? Or if you do know the ports and you need multiple displays and multiple card readers or something like that, and what if you just need what you want in a single dock? Well, that's where the brand new CalDigit Element Hub may be the solution. The Element Hub is a Thunderbolt 4 USB 4 hub with 8 ports that can give you up to 40 gigabits per second of transfer speed, just like other Thunderbolt docks. It's fully powered and can provide all of the power for whatever accessories you have connected and up to 60 watts of power for your laptop, all in this tiny little package. Actually, the Element Hub can even act as a standalone charger even when your laptop is not connected to keep your devices charged up. On the front, there are 4 10 gigabit per second USB-A ports that can run most external SSDs at full speed, or they can be used for thumb drives, mouse dongles, SD card readers, phone or watch chargers, or USB coffee warmers, or basically whatever other USB device. On the back side, you have 3 Thunderbolt 4 USB 4 ports for connecting displays either directly using USB-C and Thunderbolt, or using an adapter like the CalDigit HDMI or DisplayPort adapters. CalDigit even makes newer versions of their adapters to match the aluminum casing of the Element Hub, and you can find links to those in the description below. Because these are Thunderbolt ports on the back, you can also connect even faster storage like an NVMe drive from Samsung and get over 2,500 megabytes per second. Or using an Intel MacBook, you can connect an eGPU and up your graphics game. The power of the Thunderbolt Hub, in my opinion, is that it can become whatever ports you need it to. If you need to connect 3 audio interfaces and 2 displays and a Thunderbolt array and a thumb drive, and maybe you don't have any need for an SD card reader or Ethernet, then the Element Hub can do that. Now, what if you find yourself in a position where none of these docks do exactly what you need? Maybe you like the versatility of the TS3 Plus, but you still find that you need more USB ports or Thunderbolt ports. Or maybe you're a pro photographer or videographer and you like the USB-C HDMI dock, but you need another SD card slot. You could totally mix and match any of these docks to get exactly what you need. As an example, my daily desk setup is using my M1 MacBook Pro with a TS3 Plus connected, which is connected to my speakers, display, SSD drive. And when I'm editing these videos, I like to use multiple SD cards at the same time, so I also have a SOHO connected to my TS3 Plus. And now I can import media from both of my cameras and my audio recorder all at the same time. So which of these CalDigit docks should you get for your MacBook? My recommendation for most people is going to be the TS3 Plus. It's the all-in-one solution that offers the widest variety of ports for most people. On the back, you get DisplayPort, check. USB-A and USB-C, check. Thunderbolt, SD card reader, Ethernet, audio, and 87 watts of charging power, check, check. If you have a 16-inch MacBook Pro and you really need to push it, then the 94 watts of charging power on the USB-C HDMI dock will fully power your MacBook and give you the option of 2 HDMI displays at 60 Hz extended. For the bag, on the go, and work meetings, I think that the SOHO has you covered. I'm not sure what else you need in a more mobile type setup than a display out and a couple of USB ports. And if you do mobile photo or video editing, then the SOHO dock is a no-brainer with the dual SD card slots on the front. But if the SOHO, the TS3 Plus, and the USB-C HDMI dock don't do everything you need, you can always look at the Element Hub and give it the ports you want with whatever adapters you need. You can use the Thunderbolt ports on the back, the USB ports on the front, and make it do whatever you want. Or you can add this to any of these existing docks. You can get all the ports and the features of the TS3 Plus, but if you still need additional Thunderbolt or USB ports, add the Element Hub. So those are just kind of my broad recommendations. But I want to know what you think. Do you have one of these CalDigit docks, and does it do everything that you need it to? Or are you looking to pick one of these up for the first time and you're still trying to decide which one to get? Let's talk below. If you're interested in more information about this brand new CalDigit Element Hub that we have been talking about in this video, you can see more about it in my Element Hub review right over here. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked it, hit subscribe if you want, and I'll see you next time.